way do you guys feel more explosive this year?
Well, we got three guys playing that are really fast between Josiah, Silas, and Anthony, all 10, 500-meter guys. So getting them on the field at the same time, you're going to be a little more explosive.
I mean, because statistically it's still not showing up yet, but the games have really been you really you need to play more games, I guess, to see just what opportunities are there.
Yeah, it's all relative to the opportunities you get, but you've seen with the opportunities the guys have gotten, they've been able to make some explosive plays.
Silas has never really lacked for confidence, but he seems more confident than ever. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think he's just, he recognizes it as his time. He's kind of paid his dues and been a situational player, and last year rotated a little bit with Anthony Gould, and now both of them are starters. So I think it's just a natural progression of when a guy's ready for his turn, and he's making the most of it.
He's, I can't remember, 5'7", 5'8", something like that. But he looks like he's playing bigger this year for somebody. He's getting up in the air a lot for balls. Is that something you've noticed? Or?
Yeah, I mean, Silas can jump. He's an explosive athlete. He's got some bounce to him. He can go up and high point the ball. He's aggressive to the catch. So, I think, the guy's 5'8", but he plays, like you said, a lot bigger. And he doesn't really have many limitations to his game.
Yeah. Is there more thought to get him in runs this year than in the past, just because he knows more about what's going on, or
in terms of blocking or running?
No, running the ball on sweeps and things like that.
Yeah, and he's always done that for us.
Yeah.
Whenever we have him in the plan, between the good thing is we got three guys that can all carry the football. Josiah's been really good running the ball when he's had opportunities. Anthony's been really good running the ball. Silas has been really good running the ball. So we can diversify that a little bit too, so people don't know who's getting the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, Silas can definitely carry the ball. That's one of the better things he does.
We know who your top three receivers are at this point. Who would you say is maybe number 4 at this point?
A lot of it is situational, but I think Jeremiah Noga is a guy that can go in and make plays when we ask him to. Reha Bunyagi has made plays when we asked him to. Trent Walker had a really good camp and is just playing better, and so I think he'll have more opportunities in the future. Jimmy Valson came in last game and played some good snaps for us. So between those guys, I think you got some guys that can go in there and make plays when you ask them to.
What have been your thoughts on Jeremiah, his progress because he came in as not really, he was a walk-on and no one knew much about him, and he just looks like year by year he's added something.
He's worked. He's gotten better. He takes coaching. He's a guy that if he makes a mistake, doesn't make it twice. He works his tail off. Our whole room is full of guys that are walk-ons and guys that weren't good enough or big enough, supposedly, to be at this level, myself included. I'm a small college guy. So we got a chip on our shoulder in that room, and I think he exhibits that to a T. The guy gets better for every rep he takes in practice and games, and I just think he's got a mentality where he's going to be successful.
Mindset been like in this time that he's been unavailable, having to be on the sideline?
Chomping at the bit. I mean, Anthony's a guy you got to protect from himself because he wants to go, and if you let him, he'll run till he can't. And so you just got to protect him from himself that way, which is coaches you love, and that's our job. He understands that, but he wants to play, and I'm excited for him. He'll get an opportunity this week.
How cool is it for you to see guys like Jeremiah Noga and Bunyagi to get their first career touchdowns in these last couple of games on, they're a little bit farther down the depth chart, and it's cool to see that opportunity.
It's exciting, man, because, I remember when I was recruiting those guys, all you offer them is an opportunity. We're going to treat everybody the same, and you get here and you work, it'll pay off for you. And those guys are the living that, they exhibit that to a T, man. They've been working since they got here. It hasn't been a fast thing for them to get on the field, but I think their work is paying off, and they're helping us. This isn't charity cases where you're just putting guys on the field in the fifth quarter. I mean, these guys are playing real snaps for us, and it's been exciting.
It's a guy that, maybe we haven't seen much of yet, but you feel like is on the verge of breaking out.
Well, in terms of our young guys, I think David Wells will be a really good player here. Got a chance to have him return a couple punts last game. But he's a guy that I think, he's going to redshirt this year for us, but he'll be a guy in the future. I think he'll be a really good player. Really, that whole young class, I think Tastine Reddicks. I mean, we got some guys that need to learn, but I think it will be really good players in the future. Zachary Card, I think, is going to be an outstanding player. I think he's got the speed. He's got special speed. I think he's kind of Anthony Gould 2.0. So I'm excited about his future.
The coordination, the communication, everything with the new quarterbacks. How do you feel like the guys are doing building that rapport with DJ and Aiden?
Good. I think both those guys, DJ and Aiden, came in and were intentional about learning, getting to know guys. DJ was in the building from day one. Seemed like he was always around, meeting everybody, asking questions. I think the one thing those guys both did was they came in and they asked questions. They didn't come in and act like they had the answers. They assimilated themselves to what we do and have brought some of their own flavor to it. So I just think it was a really good marriage between those guys and what we've done, and I'm excited to see where that goes in the future.